I'd like to say this before the video even starts, really. You guys will get a preview of part 2 once the retrospective bit of this video is done, so if you don't even care about the retrospective, skip till the end of the video. So, this is different from my normal content, but it's just something I'm making for fun, and it's a somewhat scripted video, not really. Just kind of mocking my old Sonic vs. Goku video. It's me looking back at my skill in voiceover even 3 months ago. So yeah, watch me cringe and laugh at my own lack of skill around then.
The following is a fan-based comic created by Cat Productions. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Sonic the Hedgehog is owned by Sega, and created by Yuji Naka, Naoto Oshima, and Hirokazu Yasuhara. Please support the official releases.
Okay, so this intro segment isn't really that bad. It's just kinda eh. The impact font is butt ugly, even though it is a reference to TFS's intro for DBZA Abridged. Huge inspiration for me, by the way, if you couldn't tell. It's just not a great font to look at. Though I will say the artwork and the blur behind the text is something that, while really simple, is really good looking. I don't know why I went with like a weird Kronk impression. It's a little fixed in the newer version that's gonna come out, but this voiceover just...
Whoa, nice. I gotta report back to Cusco.
Like, why did I make it like that? I don't understand. But it's not that bad, it's just kind of like I could have made the voice a little more original.
Come on! He's fast! Wow, you're a fast little fellow. Caught me completely by surprise.
Well, of course. Speed is my game.
Yet I can tell you're not taking it seriously.
Of course not. Where's the fun in taking things seriously?
Well, sometimes you gotta stay on guard.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of condense my thoughts on like the first 30-ish seconds of this video. There's a lot of echo in the back of the recordings, which is apparent. You can hear it. It's like, it's not even subtle. It's just like me. I didn't even know what mastering audio was, and I had no isolation, like pre-audio mastering for these recordings. I didn't even know what the hell that was at the time, because I was just starting out. And when I listen to this video, I'm just kind of like, ooh, that really bites it in the ass. Because it could have been at least good had it had those things, but it doesn't. Now the pre-audio mastering bit where like, oh, having like a set recording area where, you know, your audio can be isolated and there's no echo and it's perfectly sound. That is something I didn't have at the time, and that's something that I don't really blame myself for having, but I do blame myself for not even knowing a single thing about how to master audio and whatnot. And one thing for both of the characters, they sound incredibly flat. Like, Sonic's like,
Well, of course. Speed is my game.
like, he doesn't even sound like Sonic. He just kind of sounds like a cheap copy. As for Goku, I can't do a Sean Schemmel impression even now. I've tried and it just doesn't come out good. So it's kind of this weird mix between Sean Schemmel's Goku and Ocean Dub Goku, where it's like this in this video. Meanwhile, in the newer video I'm making, the lines here are much better read, and Goku, while still not sounding like Sean Schemmel, because that will never happen, but he sounds in character. He doesn't sound like Sean Schemmel, but he sounds like Goku. Like, the mannerisms of speech are there, and that's what matters the most if I can just portray the character. Of Of course, it's not going to sound accurate, but as long as I can nail the personality, nail the mannerisms, that's all that matters. Sonic, otherwise, is perfect here. Well, not here, but in the new video, he's perfect. I didn't have to change a thing, because 3 months from this video, I've learned a lot about how to actually act Sonic out. But I've been doing Sonic's voice since I was like, I don't know, 10? I always just kind of kept it to myself until recently, when my friends kind of were like, make a YouTube channel, get the ball rolling, see if you can make it a living or whatnot, which isn't my goal. It's just throw my work out there and throw things out for people to enjoy, and that's first and foremost. But yeah, that's all the complaints I have for this part of the video so far.
Because you never know what your opponent has under their sleeve. Kaioken!
Kyle, what?
Get ready!
Okay, so this section where Goku, like, throws out the compressed air blast and, you know, Sonic's, like, looking where he's throwing the blast and then gets hit into a tree. I actually edited this wrong. He's supposed to get hit into the tree first and then look at Goku coming. It's not the other way around. And believe me, I got shit from it from the artist. Cal was like, you did it wrong, fix it. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, because I've been working on it recently. And he's like, oh yeah, you want to change that. So I did.
Still too slow.
Kaioken times 5!
Okay, one more thing. I don't mean to pause the video again. This Kaioken times 5 is sped up and was redone so many times that I just gave up. I was like, if I say it fast enough, I can just throw it in the damn video. And that's what I did. And I really hate myself for doing that. It's just lazy. It doesn't even sound good. It sounds like Walmart Goku.
What? That attack just now. He's still concealing his power.
Okay, so another mess up here. The reverb effect I added here ended very abruptly because of how the recording was made, so I gave it a weird ass, like, fade out to, you know, compensate for it not to sound weird, but it ended up making another issue while solving a different one.
Gotta admit, you were a little close there.
Close, huh? Guess I should finally close this gap. Kaioken times 20!
This scream sounds like I'm trying not to wake up my parents at like 4 in the morning. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like I'm trying not to wake up like the entire apartment complex, and it's fucking hilarious.
Still too slow.
Not you!
Okay, I will not lie. This scream is pretty fucking clean on the got you for Goku. Like, it's actually pretty good.
What? He's so much faster than before!
Let's try this. Well, that was something.
This Kamehameha also sounds like I'm trying not to wake up like the entire southern hemisphere. Because it's like, why am I so quiet? It just doesn't sound good. The scream is like... The scream for Sonic here just does not have enough energy to convey how fast he's going here. The sound effects are fine. That's not the problem. The problem is the actual energy in the actual voice acting, because Sonic here just kind of is like,
Rah, I'll get you. Now to look for a way back home.
Man, you really got me there.
Huh? How? I hit every... No human would be able to be awake for a while.
Is that so? Well, that would be because I am not a human. I am a Saiyan, raised on Earth!
This scream has like no energy in it either.
What in the...
Time to make things interesting.
Wait, did he... Nope, I still have them. So what in the world is this? Some sort of super form you can tap on your own?
Actually, yeah. This is what I call a Super Saiyan. Hope you're ready for what's coming. Incredible. He was fast enough to block an attack like that. Hope this gives him the push.
If you hear me say hope this gives him the push he needs here, you hear like a bunch of like wind attack the mic all at once. It's kind of like a it sounds awful.
What? So we finally decided to take it seriously. His allure gives me the chills. I can even admit, I'm a little excited for this.
This is another case of me doing the panels wrong. This part of Goku speaking was actually supposed to be first, and then Sonic clenching his fist is supposed to go second. I just did it that way because I got confused, I think.
Bring it on!
I won't lie, the music choice here kind of carries the shit out of this scene, because both of Sonic and Goku's screams here are like the exact same, because it kind of goes like, and excuse me for, you know, not being loud and actually doing the scream right here. It's early in the morning, and I don't want to wake people up. Here's like the last mistake I did in the paneling, because this is supposed to be a slow-mo shot. And there's no dialogue, it's just them going face to face. And in the newer versions, this also gets fixed.
Not this time!
There's the detail I missed here, when, you know, before Goku knees Sonic up into the air, his aura actually flares back up, and you can see the kanji symbols that signify that, and I missed it, but that's kind of like my ignorance there. It's not even like me being stupid, I just kind of was like, I think this is fine, and it works, it's just, I could have done better.
That won't work on me again!
Take this!
This, like, take this Kia scream is really corny. I got so much flack for this from my friends, because they're like, what is that?
Still fast enough to dodge that attack. However, he lacks the strength to land a decisive blow. Still, it's incredible how fast he really is. Sensing his ki is nearly impossible with him moving around like this. I'm stronger than him for sure, but he has the speed advantage over me. Not that I've dealt with speedsters like him before. I'll tire him out. He might be fast, but he must have a limit to his stamina.
This is actually, in my opinion, the best snippet of voice acting in this entire video, because I really get Goku being calm and collected here because of the way I read the line. And a lot of people, including the artist of the comic, really agreed with me on this, because he's like, no, you nailed this scene because you're capturing Goku being in character, and he's, you know, zen and focused, trying to find where Sonic is and make an opening and make a play. And I'm really happy with how this scene in particular came out. I just think it's funny that I think to myself, like, I know when I was making this video, I'm like, oh, my Sonic is fucking top tier, it's better than anybody else's Sonic, because I was ignorant back then. And looking back at it now, this Sonic is like painfully average. There's no attitude, there's no energy, there's no emotion. He's very flat. And the same can be said for Goku, but in this instance, this sounds good. Like, this sounds really good. I'm really happy with how this came out. This is another editing mistake where Sonic slides in and then charges the forward smash. It's actually supposed to be where Sonic just abruptly appears behind Goku and just straight up backshots him. He gives him the Supreme Hedgehog backshots. But, no, I edited this scene wrong as well. And this, I think, is the last mistake? I'm not sure. But Sonic is supposed to appear and then punch Goku in the back really quickly, and then Goku, you know, oh, I got hit in the back. Oh shit, that's my spine.
Once that's done, I'll finish it with one single...
Goku's moaning from those Supreme Hedgehog backshots, bro.
What? This one did hurt! I didn't even sense him behind me!
Try and keep up.
Okay, so this part of the video uses a soundtrack called The Meteor from, I think it was Ultimate Tenkaichi Budokai 3? I know for a fact the OST is called, or well, the soundtrack is called The Meteor. And I changed this because I used like one Sonic song, and it's from Sonic Frontiers, and I only used like 20 seconds of it. So yeah, but I changed it because I needed more Sonic music in here as well, because there's a lot of great Sonic tracks, and you'll see that in the preview. This is the most expressive Sonic sounds in the entire video, and that is because these voice lines are actually ripped from a project I was working on at the time that I left due to circumstance, and it was called Sonic On-Set Adventure. I won't go into the specifics, just know that I left. But, no, that was when I was like actually getting good at voice acting, and this was made kind of before that, because this video was like an on-off project for about a month, and I kind of just went off like a daily basis when the artist released all the pages for the comic, and that was that.
Hitting me off balance again!
You can hear how imbalanced the voice lines are here, and it's not even funny because Sonic's is way louder than Goku's. And there's another thing I forgot to address earlier in the video. There's a lot where the mic just like peaks and it gets all like staticky and it just doesn't sound good. And this prevails throughout like the entire video because again, I knew nothing about audio mastering. I knew nothing about doctoring the audio and making it sound good. So it just sounds raw and unfiltered and bad, to me at least. I know for average viewers it sounds alright, but for me it just sounds bad. So it's really funny here because it's actually kind of hard to notice, but this scream I actually reuse again, literally like not even 4 seconds after. I sped it up and pitched it down a little so that way it didn't sound like it was artifacting. It's really funny. But other than that, that's like the whole video. So that is the end of quote-unquote part 1. but realistically, part 1 ends when Goku goes Super Saiyan. But I wanted to release the whole like entirety of up to date when this video dropped because I was desperate for views. I got what I wanted, but at the cost of quality, I would guess. And honestly, I'm a little upset about that. But yeah, it just weirdly ends here. There's no like ending. It just kind of abruptly ends. And that's really weird. So I made a promise. I said at the beginning of this video that I would give you guys a small preview of part 2. Even though it's not done, it's almost there. Like, part 2 is very close to completion. We're talking at least another month at the most. If CAD goes fast, he could get it done in about 3 to 2 weeks, but you can't push perfection. But without further ado, here is a preview to part 2.
No matter.
What is he up to now?
Ready, set, go! Get ready for this!
Alright, let's test this out! Whoa!
Sonic Eagle!